welcome to Traveling with Russell live stream. I hope everybody can see us live. If you can, let us know in the comments. We're going to sit here, and just for a minute or two, we're just going to get set up so that we can make sure everything is good. So is anybody, where are we here? Sorry, everybody, I'll just look down. I've not used my computer with the keyboard. What's going on with the mouse? Lucky it's touchscreen, yeah? Let's just press this. Customization. No, not that one. Where's my mouse deciding not to work? See, everything doesn't work when you...
your mouse.
Huh? So can you see? Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. 1 second more. That's weird. What's going on? Why is the mouse suddenly not working? Technology is great.
You have to use touchscreen, no?
Yeah, but I need this one. That one. That's what I need. And then live, lucky it's touchscreen, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a touchscreen left?
Yeah.
You do? Mm. Oh. And then we can leave it like that. Is it that one? Analytics? I think it's that one. So do we have, we've got 19 live people watching live. So, all right. Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Traveling with Russell. Sorry about the delay in getting started. I hope everybody's had a good day. So I'm here with Gleb, which is my neighbor. So everyone can say hello to Gleb. Everybody can say hello back. No, don't get shy now when we're doing the live stream, yes? So we've been chatting. We actually went a few minutes overtime because we were chatting too much before we did the live stream start. So if anybody is live here, can anybody let me know? Are we seeing anything different? Hi.
No,
hi.
the same, I think.
Yeah, so we have 24 people now. So N-Room, hello. Irina from Russia, hello. Susie Chesney, hello. I know you're a long-time watcher of the channel as well. Scott Nisbet, hi Irina. Oh, okay. TTs, so it's not happening then. TTs, we're here. TTs is from Australia, by the way.
Yes.
So, so she's got the worst timing of the live stream. So hopefully she didn't leave and she's still here. N-Room, Lorena Plazovsky. Does that sound Russian?
No.
Plazovsky? No? Okay.
Maybe Polish.
Polish.
Yeah.
Mutant Riff, hello. Wide Perthabuji, hi. Hello, Russell. Russell's neighbor, yes. Bebel,
Yeah.
Bebel Cruising is someone that I know also from cruising on cruise ships.
Uh-huh.
So, and they're also a channel member of the channel too. So there's channel members. There's a membership option for the channel. They get to see videos early. Hello, aliens from Mars. Hello from BC, Canada. Do you know BC? What it stands for?
British Columbia.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Hi, Russell. Greetings from High Wycombe in UK. I don't know where High Wycombe is, but
Wycombe.
It's somewhere in England. High Wycombe.
High Wycombe.
Yeah, it's higher than Wycombe. So Gleb, okay, everybody. So if shortly in the chat, we're going to open it up for a question and answer. So has a Flamesburger tonight. Hello from Pennsylvania. B. Hoygland. So we do have both screens here. Sorry, everybody. So we should really be looking at the camera more than we looking at the chat, but we're doing okay. No, it's fine. You can leave it. I'll have my drink.
Yeah.
Actually, you can move that over in front because it's not even in the way. That's... hello from Pennsylvania. Had a Flamesburger tonight. Or is that maybe Burger King Flamesburger? That's the Burger King in Australia, which is Hungry Jack's. They have the flamed grilled burgers. I don't think Burger King advertised that in Russia. Flamed grilled. Flames on the grill. No. So that's a big deal when you have Burger King, Hungry Jack's in Australia. Hungry Jack's is essentially the franchise in Australia, which is Burger King in America and worldwide. Mm-hmm. So the guy that has the franchise in Australia, his name's Jack Cowan. So he called it Hungry Jacks.
Huh.
Yeah, so, okay, everybody. So maybe Gleb, you can introduce yourself, give some basics about yourself. I don't know what you want to say, but...
So, I don't know what I have to say, but my name is Gleb. Not Gleb, Gleb.
Oh, Gleb. Oh, Gleb.
Yeah.
Gleb. Sorry, Gleb. What
So-
else? You're married?
Yeah, I'm married. I have a small daughter, 6 years old. I live in a Prelivka too, and
We don't tell anybody where we live, by the way.
Yeah.
We say that we're in a bunker.
in bunker.
In the
in a Prelivka bunker.
In a bunker. No. Yeah, a lot of people do know that I live in a Prelivka. It's in Moscow region. So we don't live in Moscow. We live in Moscow region. Correct?
Yeah, we very close to Moscow.
Yeah. How many kilometers?
22 kilometers.
Oh, is that exactly? Oh, exactly as the crow
the
flies.
highway.
I always say 40.
No.
Is it 20?
20.
Okay.
Only 20.
Greetings from Smolensk. Our
Smolensk.
last week here, sad times. Yeah, Dave Quinn is an English subscriber to the channel. And actually, I met him about 2 weeks ago. He's married, he has a son. And I met them at Vdenha. We went for a walk around Vdenha together. And we went for a drink and just went for a good old walk together. So, Flames Burger. Oh, because it's Rockingham
Yeah.
Flames. Maybe it's nothing to do with Hungry Jacks. Yeah, so Rockingham Flames is the basketball team in my town where I was living in Australia. So, Gleb, we live in the same apartment building, everybody. So, maybe I won't reveal, but you live, let's say you live on an unlucky floor number.
Wow, it's
Unlucky.
very lucky flow number.
Unlucky.
13.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
It's like unlucky.
No.
And we're here on level 10. So we pretty much live in the same, he literally just took the elevator down to come and see me. So, greetings. And my wife forgot the credit card. Yes, when we went out for the walk, we stopped for a drink at like a little cafe. And then his wife didn't bring her purse with her. She's like, "Oh, I'll pay for the drinks." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then she
on the
didn't.
table?
No, she didn't. She left it in the hotel.
Whoa.
So they came out. I mean, it happens. Yeah, it happens, Dave. I mean, it's not really any worries. So guys, can you just let us know how the quality of the video is and maybe how the sound is? You know, when Gleb, how do you pronounce
Gleb.
it? Gleb.
Yeah.
So this is a typical Russian name?
No, it's not typical. Typical Russian name, you know, Andrei, Vladimir.
Igor.
No,
No.
it's not typical.
What's the patriarch at the church? Kirill?
Kirill, no.
Kirill. I think that's very typical. What about girls' names? What are typical girls' names? What's your daughter's name?
Valeria?
Valeria?
Typical. Whoa. Now, typical names for girls. I think Sofia, Varvara.
Varvara. Yeah, we have Varvara as a friend as well here. So Gleb, you obviously work here in Moscow. Maybe you can just give us a little basic about what your job is, what you do for a job.
Yeah.
What's your official title? Do you have an official title?
My official title?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the head of the service department.
Soviet.
Service
Department. Head of the service department.
In some company, and we work with X-ray machines for security systems, for security level for airports.
The entry points for schools, shopping centers, buildings.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
So
For customs.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and we install and maintenance these machines. Yeah, it's a very interesting job, I think.
So we've got
traveling.
Yeah, you get to travel around Russia everywhere. Every few days, I'm sending you a message, and you're somewhere else in.
Yeah.
You probably travel once a week or every 2 weeks, or
Maybe 2 weeks.
every 2 weeks somewhere.
Yeah.
Sure, and you just came back from Lake Baikal.
Yeah,
Lake
from
Baikal.
Irkutsk.
Oh, Yakutsk.
Irkutsk.
Irkutsk. And how was
So
it?
the city on Baikal. It's called Irkutsk region. And next week we'll fly to Blagoveshchensk.
Oh yeah, but yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a couple more people here. Jess Mustard. Hi from Warsaw. You know,
Warsaw, yeah, from Poland.
Poland, yeah. Sound is good. Okay, thank you, Alien. Dave, sound is great. Vision is great. Las Vegas, Nevada. LVNV. That's Las Vegas.
I don't know.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh wait, you're asking the questions, not us. Yeah. So if anyone, so by the way, sorry. Yeah, you guys can certainly ask in the comments. When I normally do a live stream, you guys know that I put up all the comments on screen. So with this live stream, I'm using a different software. So we're just going to read the comments. I'm not going to put everything up on screen. So if you want to ask any questions to Gleb, and obviously anything, just keep it friendly, I guess is the best way to describe it.
He works for KGB.
But it's not even called the KGB now.
No,
it's called
KGB. It's for Soviet Union only.
And then now it's called FSB.
FSB.
Yeah. So yeah, if you ever come to Moscow, by the way, right where the children's shopping mall is, the FSB office is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lubyanka. Yeah, you know.
Central office of FSB.
FSB. Yeah.
FSB. Yeah.
But it's like this huge building. But I don't know. Inside, it's probably just offices everywhere and cubicles. I don't know what it's. We don't know, do we? They're probably not even there.
I don't know what inside.
You don't want to know what's inside.
Yeah.
Right. How much, Gleb, is your salary? I guess you don't have to give away any kind of secrets or numbers. Let's just say, do you feel like you're well paid, or based on average salaries in Russia or Moscow?
Yeah, I think it's very well paid job.
I guess there's benefits from traveling. I guess traveling for work. I guess they pay expenses for all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have a lot of extra.
I guess you've got medical
paid,
medical coverage of some kind.
No, for traveling, for business trips, for some difficult
for jams.
trips.
For jams.
Yeah.
So this is one of the questions, not really that I get a lot, but generally in a lot of videos, a lot of people talk about the average salary in Russia. And if you Google what is the average salary in Russia, it's very low because they're taking the whole country's population as the average salary. You know, so this is where it's a very impossible question to answer because maybe the pensions in Russia are very low, but based on the cost,
very low,
very low, right? But based on the cost of living here, you can still live to an extent, right? You can live. KGB agent, 100% you're KGB. Do you wear like the dark glasses? I guess what's the FBI? What are the ones that look after the president? Do they wear like the dark Ray-Bans and wear the black suits? You didn't wear that.
Yeah. So in Russia, it's
he looks like
names like President, Guardian.
Yeah, the FBI.
No,
FBI.
FSO.
What are they called? Oh, CIA. What's the ones?
CIA, no.
Secret Service. Thank you, Jeff.
Secret Service.
Thank you. The chat is basically going to give us answers when we don't know ourselves. So for sure, Gleb links with FSB. It is a Russian law that all Russians are linked to. He looks like Bashirov. Do you know who Bashirov is? Do you guys know? I don't know who. Do you know who that is? No. Is it a famous?
Famous actor.
Famous actor. Do you think you look like Bashirov?
Oh, Bashirov. It's not actor.
Oh.
No, it's very popular joke.
No.
Two guys, Petrov and Bashirov, who tried to kill one colonel of FSB in London.
Oh,
yeah. You didn't know?
No. Hello, I was wondering about the unemployment situation with the people in your industry. Has your industry lost a lot of people emigrating to other countries for better paying works? Do you understand that question?
No.
So they're asking about the unemployment in your industry. So just, I guess, the service industry generally, or maybe what you're doing for your company. Is it, have they laid off people because of the turned down in the economy? And then has people left the country because they've got a better job somewhere else? You know people in your circle of work?
Yeah.
So yeah, where are they? Are they Russians that have left or?
Russians left, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I want to.
Don't forget the cameras.
yeah. And I want to leave this company.
But your company will. Oh, you want to leave the company or you want to leave the country?
I want to leave the company and the country too.
But you've told me you love a prelivka. We talked about this.
Yeah.
So.
But I like traveling.
Right.
And I want to see all world.
But now,
all countries.
Yeah. So
it's very difficult.
So some of the people that you're working with have left Russia because of everything since February, or like a lot, or one or two, or so they've left because of this, or they've
because of this
just purely just got on the plane or they've gone to other jobs because it's better salaries, or do you think you could get a better job somewhere else?
Because a lot of companies in our circle installed and maintenance some foreign machines, not Russian machines.
Yeah, so other...
The market is closed.
Right. So Dark Brother, I don't know if that answers the question. So do you think there's a downturn in your company's business? I mean, just generally, I guess, is a question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
But is your company worried, or are the
people, really
your
worried.
bosses?
Yeah.
Because there's not enough.
It's a very big problem.
Because there's not enough
company. Yes.
Because you want to sell your product to other countries, right? Not necessarily only in Russia. Is that?
Yeah.
You understand?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Each foreigner is monitored by his own FSB agent. So you're meant to be monitoring me because you're FBI, FSB. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why you're just keeping an eye on me. Thanks, Vladimir
Dashevsky.
Dashevsky. That's Russian, do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, very Russian. Okay. Secret Service. All perfect. Do you have any thoughts on? Do you have any thoughts on Mr. Gorbachev?
No.
So obviously he passed away. Was it yesterday? I think, or we don't know. I guess yesterday or the day before. You can answer how you wish or not answer. I mean, for me, honestly, I've lived here on and off for 9 years. Before coming to Russia and before meeting my wife, I only knew a lot of Russia from television, from movies, from probably, let's say, history, especially major events. So, what's your thoughts? I guess
Gorbachev really is not popular in Russia
because of
he was very popular in Soviet Union,
right?
But not now.
Before 90s. Yeah. So you think that's probably why in the news it's not as big of an event? Like, the whole country's not in mourning and pausing and stopping and what do you think? I mean, that's up to you how you answer, of course. By the way, guys, just as we keep on going here, before we went live, we were really talking about everything except what we were going to talk about on the video. So when he came over, I got him to fix one cupboard in the other room. We talked about Coca-Cola. So any questions, either what we're reading out or talking to each other about, is very incredibly unscripted. Because I did actually want to have like 10 questions for you, but I've just sat here all day doing other things.
It's very comfortable and funny.
Gorbachev is not popular in Russia.
Yeah, I agree.
Is it a big news in Russia?
Yeah, actually, yeah. But, Gorbachev is not very interesting for our generation. Mm-hmm. Maybe for our parents or some older people,
Because the effects on them more so than people in the last 30 years.
But my father really hates Gorbachev.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he destroyed Soviet Union.
Okay, how much percentage of salary going to the housing and utilities? So this is actually quite a bit of a trending topic a little bit amongst other YouTubers and things like that, where it's believed that from a person's salary, almost all of the money goes to rent, goes to utilities, goes to food, and then the amount of money you've got, I don't know, for other things Would you have a percent? I guess it's up to you if you want to say a percentage or not, or
Yeah, now it's maybe 40%.
40% of
Yeah.
like a weekly, fortnightly, monthly salary. So, yeah, I guess that depends on everybody's situation. So, for instance, my wife and I, where we live in this apartment, we rented here. I would imagine you maybe have a mortgage, I guess, or you're. I know that
Big mortgage.
a big mortgage, yes. So yeah, I've been talking to my wife about getting a mortgage, and she doesn't. Oh my God, it's like a long story. She doesn't want to get a mortgage, but I explained to her that everybody really has mortgages, really, and everybody has repayments, and everybody has commitments. So the one thing, just talking about utilities. So utilities is things like electricity, water.
Yeah, I understand.
Is very low here compared to the West.
Maybe,
So,
but our salary is too low.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, 40%. Hopefully things will change because the whole mess is counterproductive in every possible way. You understand that? It's counterproductive. So it's not really, what's happening is not helping necessarily Russia, necessarily everybody else.
Yeah.
It seems from a bigger picture that a lot of what's happening is affecting other countries more than it's affecting Russia as a whole. Do you understand that? Am I getting too tricky with you?
A little, yeah.
What do you think to
Change.
it's counterproductive, what's happening? Where are we here? Hopefully things, is it not big news in Russia? Been all over the news in the West. So is it not big news about Gorbachev, but it's on every news channel around the world, and there's like in-depth conversations and, you know, people analyzing his life, I guess. In terms of Russian news and on the radio, what do you think? You think it's just...
I don't know, watch TV.
But I guess social media and...
maybe, but I read social media, what I'm interested for, you know, and it's not Gorbachev and everything.
It's just a politician that's passed away.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the news, really, yeah. So they, I don't know what the news was today, but they were going to announce, and they were having a meeting today, whether or not he'll have a state funeral. Do you know what a state funeral is? Like when a big dignitary passes away, the government hosts the funeral for that person. So in Australia, when we have a state funeral, it's normally for a politician or even a very famous sporting person or a famous singer, for instance. They have a big government funeral. Do you think?
No, I don't know.
It's not been announced. It was in the news today locally, so for the online news that I'm reading, like Yandex, but they didn't.
You know?
Yeah, they.
Yeah, I know what Gorbachev died today. No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but they were announcing later today or tomorrow what the situation will be with his funeral. Like, I think even Mr. Putin didn't. He just sort of mentioned from his press secretary that condolences to the family and things like that. So
maybe.
Is it true that Russia has lost many of their commercial airline pilots because they can get 200,000 a year pay in EU or America? Will they allow Gorbachev's grave in the Kremlin? So, is it true that they've lost Russia's lost all the pilots because they've all left the country to get better paying jobs? Well, it's probably true. I think. I mean, I think if the money talks, right? I think. All of the Russian domestic airlines are all flying, as much as they did before February. Maybe a few less flights, and a few cities in the southwest of Russia, close to the border, they've closed for flights. But do you think there's like a serious pilot shortage, or I think the flights are still flying? But I guess if they get thrown double salary, you're gonna go, right? What do you think? And then will they allow Gorbachev's grave in the Kremlin?
Will they
allow Gorbachev's grave? Like, will they allow his, to have, like, the statue there and the thing where is the Lenin's mausoleum. I guess
No.
You know?
No,
You think not?
I think not. No.
They'll just have a service and
Yeah, Soviet politic.
yeah.
Soviet, yeah, only.
And a lot of
It's
people
all-
dislike him for standing the process of breaking up the Soviet Union. Gorbachev is blamed for all perestroika's problems. I don't know all these things. I need to do some more history. You know the thing with a lot of Russians that I meet, I mean, probably you as well when we chat, a lot of Russians know a lot about the history of Russia. Probably more so than a lot of people in the West know history of their own countries' past. Because obviously Russia's past is very long. It's
Very long, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a very old country. So, but I'm always surprised, like, everybody that I ask something about, they maybe not necessarily want to share the opinion about something, but they know about it, they understand about it, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's does Gleb or his family like McDonald's? Do you like McDonald's?
No.
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 Do you miss? What about your? I guess. Do you take your daughter to?
Yeah, my daughter, yeah.
Did you go to the
Probably
one
she
on Kiev
was.
Highway here? The one in Saletino? You went there a few times. There's one. There
times, yeah.
isn't a McDonald's in the town where we live. The nearest one's about 10-15 minute drive. Where now
About
is the?
5 kilometers,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So you don't like McDonald's at all?
No.
What about your wife?
So no, now she don't like, yeah.
She doesn't like Kuznetsy Tochka, the new.
No.
Wow. Have you been and tried it? Though?
No.
You've not even been.
Yeah.
And I keep wanting.
Yeah.
And I offered
It's
to
a
take.
principal thing, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
But you know what?
I don't like even to visit this place
Now because of.
because of.
But the fact
this,
it's Russian
yeah.
owned, it's now a Russian business.
It doesn't
Russian-
matter for me. Yeah.
McDonald's was.
Yeah, died.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Thanks, Bebel, for that question, by the way. Grateful to the fact that my father was left without without work at the age of 54 and passed away, and my mother received a pension of $20 a month. The pensions are very low here. I mean, I agree with that. I don't know
Yeah.
for your grandparents or for family or, yeah, 98 right now and 110 Fahrenheit. In Las Vegas, 110 Fahrenheit, 43 Celsius
Celsius.
in Las
Really?
Vegas. Yeah, today, actually, it's currently 14 Celsius outside. Today's the first cool day we've had
Yeah.
in the last, well, probably a month.
In the morning it was
Couple of months.
15.
Yeah, now it's 14 on my computer
Oh.
here. So, yeah, it's cooled down a little bit. Gorbachev is the opposite to Putin. I guess. Do you know that as a question?
Gorbachev. Oh, don't.
Mark 9004, he's also a long watcher of the channel. So yeah, thanks everybody, by the way. We've got 29 likes. So if you want to do some likes for Gleb, I'm going to keep calling you Gleb though.
Gleb.
Gleb. Sorry, you've never told me that until now, by the way. Sorry. Love the show. Hello. Yeah, Mark. So hello, Russell and Russell's neighbor. Gorbachev will be buried next to his wife at the Novodevichy Cemetery. Novodevichy.
Novodevichy, it's a cemetery.
In Moscow somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Was a start to join the West. Mikhail Gorbachev was a start to join the West. I guess
Yeah.
at the time of the downfall of the Soviet Union,
Maybe.
and then everything came afterwards, and it wasn't for him and some other authoritarian guys stayed in power, he would have.
Yeah, maybe Gorbachev was the start to join, but we lost this opportunity. You know.
For the whole Soviet
whole
Union,
country, yeah.
and that was then obviously all of the other CIS countries
Yeah.
separated and things like that, and didn't speak well of Putin on power and said it's not progressing for Russia. Will they have a state funeral for Mikhail Gorbachev? I would assume they would. I didn't see that. There's no news as of going live to this live stream, by the way, because I read the news earlier a few hours ago, and it just said that they were having a meeting today. Like the heads of the government or whoever is meeting, deciding what to do. Like how big or small it's going to be, I guess. How much money do you make now okay, we weren't going to talk about like, one of the few rules we put ourselves before we went live is we weren't going to talk, I guess, about certain things. I guess money, I guess, is one thing, and anything overly controversial. So, do you feel like your salary is good? I guess. No.
Actually, no.
Genuinely, no. Based on your,
Yeah.
so you went to university.
Yeah.
And so based on what your degree is and your background, you could get a better job earning more money, or?
So, my colleague in United Kingdom receive, maybe
Double?
double, triple, maybe.
Triple?
Triple higher salary than I.
Okay, everybody. So when when you decide to leave a Prelivka for this job that's triple wage, triple salary, and your apartment becomes free upstairs, I'll be the first phone call. Yeah. So,
Okay.
We don't like fast food. Only children like it. That's actually Nelly from Russia there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty true, I think. And actually, yesterday, after I finished doing the live stream at Vedenha, I went to Kuznetsy Tochka there. They've got the one on the right-hand side. And it was actually as busy as it normally was when it was McDonald's. Like, it was really busy there. But I think everybody was at the park yesterday because it was the last warm day of the month. But there was a lot of younger people, a lot of teenagers, obviously a lot of family with kids.
Yeah, they really like it. But my daughter likes fried potato only.
Oh, Kuznetsy Tochka?
No.
Oh,
McDonald's.
the fries or the wedges or she just likes the fried potatoes.
Fried potatoes, yeah.
Yeah, Kotochka free. Kotochka free.
Kartoshka free.
Yeah. My limited. Dark Brother says for $20 a month, a Russian pensioner can afford 3 pumpkin spice lattes and 3 cookies at Starbucks. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a strange way to look at it. That when you look at it from a West point of view, that, I mean, the absolute average Russian, I mean, where we live is a suburban area outside of Moscow. We live in a very normal suburban area, I guess. We're not in Moscow where it's high rises and high prices for housing and rent and things like that. But the average Russian grandmother, grandfather wasn't going to Starbucks, probably wasn't.
They really don't know
No.
about these shops, these
places.
places.
I mean, okay, they'll go to shopping centers occasionally, but they're happy going to the local food markets, small shops.
To buy some grecha,
Yeah.
rice,
Grecha.
bread, only the cheapest products.
Putin would be silly not to do a funeral for the late USSR president. Do you think Putin would turn that down, the possibility of doing a big grand affair? I think it'd be silly for him to do that, or I guess that's just our own opinion, your opinion, right? I guess you're not bothered either way. I mean, at the end of the day, there will be people, if they do like a state funeral where they've got the procession through the street and all of that, I mean, there'll be people that will go to it. But the fact there's 15, 17, 18 million people in Moscow, everyone's not going to be going to it, right? I mean, I guess maybe some of the people from the past may want to reminisce, if it's a positive, I don't know, about going to a funeral. Some people want to go to the parade or to pay homage. I guess I'm using my Australian words. It's +6 Celsius in Murmansk region right now. +6. So we're +14 in Moscow.
Yeah.
Have you been to Murmansk?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
You do?
But I've been there in winter.
Oh, when it's minus.
No. The thing is, I can't see some sun.
Oh, right, because it's like permanent.
permanent night.
Nighttime,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because it's northern, well, further north.
The half of the year they have day, and another half of the year they have night.
Right. Yeah.
It's very cool and very pretty nice city and region.
Do you like it better when it was the USSR or the way it is today? Do you like the old Russia,
No.
I guess? Or do you like the new modern Russia?
I like modern Russia. I don't really like everything Soviet.
No?
Yeah.
Like the Khrushchevka apartments with the carpet on the
No,
walls
no.
and the...
It's it's always the same buildings, the same clothes.
Right.
It's amazing.
Whereas now you've got a lot more choices and a lot more things to... I guess even if I compare going to... Like in a lot of the videos, guys, I've been to a Globus supermarket, to Ashan, versus going to the Rynek here. So if we go to the Rynek at the train station, the selection there is what it is, right? And that's it. Versus if you go to the Globus, you have aisles of food and, you know, especially a lot of products that came from the West that then basically brought their production here to Russia as well, right? So Italian pasta is not really Italian pasta. It's still produced in Russia. So I couldn't believe the amount of shops and stores around your town after watching Russell's video last week. Yeah, so I made the video about why we don't need supermarkets in Russia. So I showed downstairs Krasnobyle, Fasol, what's the ones further down there? The small shop, all the small shops we have here. Pitorichka, Dixie, Magnet, what's the one? Miratorg. So what do you think about that? Do you like a lot of people actually, a lot of comments about that guy as well. So yeah, that people are impressed with how much choices we have. We're not going to one shop and lining up sort of thing, which a lot of people in the West think.
Yeah, but the fact is all products in these shops the same, I think.
Right, as the bigger supermarkets to a point. But this is the whole point that, you know, I like about this is that I don't have to go to Globus to buy.
You have to go to this mini market.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. That's for specific things we go there, but I can go to Pitorichka, I can go to Krasnobyle, I can go to Miratok and buy the same things for the same price.
Yeah.
And
for your life.
And the weekly specials balance out at the end of the day anyway, right? So one's on special here, one's on special there. Would you like, when did you learn to speak English? Is it taught in schools? When did you learn English? Was it in school or?
No, in school, you know, it's not English.
Oh, it's the basics of the basics.
Yeah, it's awful English, I think. I learned English in university.
Oh,
yeah, military university.
Oh, military university.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the FSB, the KGB.
No,
that was the next step. That
CSI, you know.
CSI.
Yeah.
Oh. So you learned. You learned it in. So you would have had English in school though, in middle school or what do we call primary, high school? But the English you were learning.
Middle school maybe, but the quality of this English is very very bad. And in the university, it was very good.
And you understood it more. And it made more sense. And what about watching TV and movies, like English speaking? Did you have a chance to do that in school?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people, especially a lot of Russian, even YouTubers, it tends to be their thing. I learned English from watching American television, watching American movies. I mean, it's very cliche, but people did.
They are liars. It's liars, yeah.
Plus 9 Celsius in
Tver region.
Tver region. Don't worry about our pensioners, says Nelly. I worry about them.
Yeah.
Because
I worry about my parents because they are pensioners.
And I mean the fact that they don't have more, You know what I mean? They don't have an opportunity to have more because they don't have more money. I mean, they're living kind of on a flat line. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like that's what they're earning, that's what they're spending. There's no like improvement.
Yeah.
Right?
Very constant.
Tell
Tell about North Ossetian Alania.
Is that a person or is that a region?
No, it's a region.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us about it.
I've been anywhere in Russia.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what can you say about this place? Like,
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
everything's beautiful.
No, there are a lot of mountains, and it's very tasty cakes. Some Ossetian cakes. Maybe you know, no?
No. I didn't know about the jam until half an hour ago.
Yeah,
So.
maybe. Yeah, awesome.
Well, the food.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different type of food. Like the dishes they're making is different, or
Different from us.
different from.
Yeah. From
Mos-
our region, yeah.
So okay, now where we live in Moscow region, it's called Narofominsk. This is our region, but I guess Moscow region as a whole would be kind of one place. Hello from Vancouver, Canada. Tiamat. 26 Celsius in Vancouver right now.
Please take me to Vancouver.
Now there's more. There's no questions on what I'm reading. I couldn't believe. Oh no.
Yeah, the USSR and the Gorbachev, there was not enough food and toilet paper. Yeah, right. Vodka was in coupons. Yeah.
Very true. Technical jobs deserving proper experience are generally well paid around Europe. Technical jobs, like something like you're doing, is better paid outside of Russia versus inside Russia. I mean, who is really the well-paid people here then, as a whole? The politicians.
So,
I mean, who is really well-paid? I guess the CEOs of companies or who? Or is there, like in Australia, for instance, we have kind of like government-determined salaries. So if you're in retail in the shops, you're going to get kind of a determined salary. If you're in another job, it's a higher rate. If you're police, it's this rate. If you're nurse or doctor,
it's not for Russian system.
So do you think that there's people earning a lot of money in another industry that we should be doing?
In another industry, yeah.
Like what?
Like Gazprom.
Gas, oil and gas.
Transneft. Railways.
I daughter, that's Russian right there with a C. I go scroll past that. What's the person's name? Hi, Russell. Our daughter doesn't like the French fries. She only likes the cheeseburgers at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Your daughter doesn't like the cheeseburgers?
Yeah.
Oh, she does? Or not? Putin should honor Gorbachev. Why are there so few dog owners in Russia? Don't they like dogs in Russia? How much can a simple little dog cost to raise?
Few dogs only in Russia.
You think there's a lot less dogs than cats? I think that's because of apartment living, really.
Yeah, I think because, it's only for our region, for Moscow region. Yeah, in other regions, a lot of dogs.
But do you think the cost of a pet holds people back from owning a pet or not?
No.
Not at all? I mean, I just find that if I look at Moscow as an example, everyone's in apartments. I mean, the bigger percentage of the population live in apartment-style buildings, so they don't have...
And they have small dogs.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. So
small pigs, everything small.
Yeah, like the little miniature dogs, right? There's no... Actually, even in a Prelivka here, you don't see that many bigger animals, even just walking on the streets. That's true. When do you predict the nightmare? Oh, when do you predict the nightmare will end? I guess that's the general question about what's happening. What do you think as an answer, if you want to give an answer? Do you think there's an ending, or do you think it could be years? I mean, if you look at the First and Second World Wars, I guess. I mean, these were years as well. What do you think as a simple answer?
Simple.
Not making a political answer, like a.
It's a very difficult question, and I don't like this situation really. And
You don't like talking about it, or you just
No.
don't like it
no, it's
as a whole, like. Because I mean, even when I meet some people on the train and the bus and things like that, and it happens to come up in conversation, you get people that are very patriotic and very.
they are
like
a little bit crazy.
You think
Yeah,
that?
I know.
Okay, so this is the English school of the KGB. Okay, enough talk. We're done with that. Yeah, please ask any general questions to my neighbor here. My neighbor. So we are neighbors, just literally separated by the elevator. We just literally jump in and out of the elevator, and we can go up or down. Hope you're well, Supernan. Could you please ask him whether it's a good time to buy flats these days? Will the property prices go down or not? Is it a good time to buy a property right now?
I think no.
No, I think so not too.
You agree?
Yes. My wife and I were looking at a different apartment in this building up on the 14th level, another room bigger than this. And actually, she called her real estate agent, and he talked her out of wanting to buy it. Not talking out of buying this one with this view, with this location, because that's everything we want. But do you think at the moment? I mean, the interest rates are higher at the moment. They were very high in February. They got put up very high. They've come back down a bit now, but it's still not. It's not a buyer's market. I guess it's a buyer's market. It's not a seller's market, because there's just not that loose amount of money around, if that makes sense. Right? You're just agreeing with everything. You've got to say something more than. Is it a good time to buy a flat now? I guess that's no. I mean, our real estate agent talked us out of buying. Actually, probably the one on the 14 is okay. The 3-room one would be the dream one, but that's like the 2-room one.
On the 14
Yeah,
level?
not this one. The next elevator over. But my wife's always wanted the one on the top floor. But there's a couple of bigger ones than that, like 90, 100 square meters. I don't know how big they are, but the one we were looking at was 70 square meters. So it's like one more room.
2-room?
Yeah, 2-room. 2-room.
It's about 70.
Yeah, 70 something, 72 maybe
70
square meters.
yeah.
So we looked at it with the real estate agent that's looking after the place, that she's got her office in the next building. And then my wife called her real estate agent that she's dealt with over the years. And he advised her not to buy it. But not buy it because of the place, but not buy it because of the economy and the situation at the moment.
The quality of ruble,
the value of the ruble.
Yeah, the value of the ruble now. So it's not very good for buying some property.
What is this military debt everybody owes the country, and it doesn't seem like everyone is made to do it? I don't know that question. So it seems a low-class thing. How much is an apartment where you live? Do you own or rent? So the price of apartments in this building have gone up over the years, by the way. If I compare what my wife sold this same size apartment for now. This is a 1-room apartment, which is basically the thing in Australia, in England, in Canada, America, they call it 1-bedroom apartments. Not one. In Russia, we call it 1 room. So essentially,
it's very big.
You would actually have a bedroom, which is a separate room with a door, and then you'd have a lounge room, if you want to call it a lounge room, and then kitchen, hallway, bathroom. So this place, 7.5 million. So that's
but
100.
It's very big.
For 1 room. Right, for 1 room, yes. Yeah, 49 square
49,
meters.
yes.
Because we don't have the balcony here either. So where we're actually sitting, guys, is technically what would be the balcony. So yeah, 49 square meters is 7.5 million at the moment. They are online, so which is
7.5 or 8, I think.
Yeah. So that's $140,000, $130,000. If I compare that to Australia, so it's about 60 rubles for
$120,000. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if this was in Australia, this would be Здравствуйте. So Zhenya's here, by the way. She just finished work, very kind of late, but she knew you were coming, so I did tell her ahead of time. So yeah, so the apartments here, would you consider them, compared to Moscow center, they're very cheap. If you want to compare the same size, much closer to the center of Moscow. I mean, actually, my wife and I, we rent here, and I guess you have... no, it's okay. No worries. We're all good. Yeah, whereas you guys have a mortgage.
Mortgage, yeah.
Which I think is the normal thing, families and things like that, so all good?
Yes.
Sorry.
So please.
Huh?
I work here.
So it's okay, we're all good.
We have very big mortgage.
Look, if we were to bought the place here that we were looking at, we would be in the same situation with, based on our current money, like our deposit plus the mortgage.
How many percent?
The mortgage?
Yeah.
Did he say what the percentage of the mortgage was?
20?
No.
No? 10.
10%. Yeah, so the current mortgage rate, if you take a mortgage here, is about 10% interest. Just to give you an idea, in Australia at the moment, it's about 4.5%.
4.5?
And if you really want to get like an owner-occupier mortgage, it's maybe 3.5%.
Okay, well.
So, oh, okay. No, I understand. Okay, so you understand what that means? Gossipy? So no, the one thing, guys, we didn't really plan what we were going to talk about in the live stream today. So we're literally just sitting here like we're
we're just talking about everything.
Talk show contestants. Yeah. I guess we need to, for the next one that we do, if there's a next one, we need to have like a topic. Like a topic.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Yeah. Rather than having just a Q&A kind of type thing. Mm-hmm. So you guys can let us know in the chat if you kind of like the live stream like this. I'm not sure. Maxim, gossipy's like, we're not gossipy, I guess. We don't, I don't know, we... I thought you were talking about Zhenya, gossipy.
Yeah.
Not. I didn't realize it was here. There are a lot of dog owners in Russia. Too many.
Too many?
Too many. That's what Nelly from Russia says. Many do not know that McDonald's in Russia is just a snack, not a main meal. The main meal is prepared every day at home, loved by our lovely women. So McDonald's is just a snack. It's not a meal.
Yeah.
It's not like, that's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. Or I know when I went yesterday, by the way, I got the Tasty Deluxe. I don't know what it was called. Tasty Deluxe meal. So I got the burger, fries, and Coke. And I got Coca-Cola in a bottle, by the way. And then I actually got an extra cheeseburger because I knew I wasn't going to be full. So I got an extra cheeseburger, 59 rubles cheeseburger. And that's just bread and a bit of meat. Yeah. So thanks. We've got 64 people watching, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. You've got, so, and we've got 48 likes. And what kind of job a foreign student can do in Russia and how much can they get paid? I guess the salary part's a bit very difficult. What kind of job a foreign student can do? I guess it would...
I don't know.
It would depend on their language. Do you think if someone came into Russia, into Moscow, not speaking English, not speaking
who is
Russian,
this crazy guy who came to Russia now?
And not speaking Russian, and not having...
Actually, yeah.
Honestly, guys, from my point of view, I would struggle to get a job without speaking Russian. I mean, if you come into the country not speaking Russian, you can get by, but not speaking the language in any kind of conversation form, you'd be stuck, and almost every business or every company wouldn't hire you. I mean, would your company hire a non-Russian speaking?
You know, you can work as like a courier.
Delivery club.
Yeah, yeah.
Yandex Food.
And that's all.
Taxi driver.
No.
Google Maps.
For taxi driver, you
Oh,
must
a lot
know
of-
Russian language.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Putin makes a lot of money. I'm sure he does.
Yeah, the richest guy.
What was life like in the USSR? US documentaries only show it as being bad. It would be great to hear it from your perspective. Do you think it's as bad as it's portrayed living in the USSR? I guess when you were a kid.
I'm only born in USSR, you know, but my parents really liked the time. Maybe this is because of they was young, you know, they was young, and
They were young, or?
they were young.
Right, yeah. So do you think it was better then? I mean, okay, let's take away all of the Western influence that's now. Do you think life was generally better in the USSR?
Now?
No, then. I mean, I guess better, I mean, all of
For
these...
me, life is better now than in USSR. Yeah,
Because there's more opportunities.
yeah, yeah.
Whereas back then there was...
If you want, you will fly to Thailand, you know, to Europe. Not now even, but if you want.
Both Russia and China had good business relations with EU, USA. Everybody made money. Now they have chosen to destroy the relationship because they demand to be a senior partner with the West. So yeah, they're saying that basically they had good relationships with America and Europe, and now a lot of the partnerships between Russia, China, and other countries is deteriorating.
China and Russia?
No, they're close, but the Russia and China's relationship with other countries is... What do you think? It's a bit of a tricky question. I understand the question.
Yeah, it's very difficult political questions.
Does Gleb... Oh, Bebel wants to know, do you have a microwave?
It's a good joke.
I've told you. I've told you this a little bit. The story, right? Do you have a microwave?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
Yeah.
Do you use
every
it
day?
Do you use it like really?
Yeah.
Would you miss it if you didn't have one? Did you notice we don't have one here, right?
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, so if anyone's a long-time watcher of the channel, if the money from super chats and super stickers was going to go towards getting a microwave, and essentially it's gone towards getting these, not the microwaves, got the microphones.
Yeah.
So I guess
microwaves. Yeah.
this is the microwave. This is the microwave fund, because this is 5 microwaves. How much? No, 5 microwaves. These costs.
Yeah.
A little tiny dog can be expensive to keep, especially French bulldogs. Small pets are still expensive. That's true.
Yeah.
I think cats.
So. Yeah.
Cats, I think, are a little less to keep. Hello from Norway, polar bear. I know. Are you the cola tasting neighbor or somebody different?
What?
Are you the cola tasting? I've told everybody.
Yeah.
That. Yes. So we aren't going to do it in this video, but we're going to film. So do you think we should do it? Do you guys think we should do the Coca-Cola tasting video live like this? Or do you think we should record it and put it as a video on the channel? What do you think? Do you think we should do it like sitting at the table here?
It's for me more interesting live.
Live. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, we have it kind of prepared for the next video, I guess. We can do the same setup.
We have 10.
Yeah. Shall I bring them over? Which ones we have? I'll bring a couple over. Oh. So just talk amongst yourselves. So we have, I guess I'll bring these. Actually, you can show these to the camera. We have to lift them up a little bit. I'll bring one more because I'll bring the one that you
one?
brought. This, huh? Because these really look like the colas, don't they?
Yeah.
So there's...
It's cola from Ocean.
Ocean?
Ocean? Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a few seconds delayed always.
Yeah. Будоражащая кола.
Um,
Жуть.
cool cola?
Cool cola?
That's another I don't know if that's the same or if it's different.
Cool cola too. But
it's different.
different.
Do you think two companies can have the same
So I don't know.
colas? Oh, it's very hard to read. This logos.
So from Очаково, cool cola. You know? Очаково?
The place.
Yeah. Very close to us.
Oh, right.
Yeah. This one?
I don't know. So yeah, we've got 10 different ones that we're going to do in the next
So from
upcoming
Очаково too.
live stream. Oh, everybody wants to do it live. Wow.
Jumbo cola.
And then this is the one that you brought today.
Yeah. Funky monkey cola.
Funky Monkey. So very nice. So yeah, that's 5, and then there's another 5 more. I actually know. Well,
Original cola.
but I've got the original glass bottle Coke, and I've got the original plastic bottle Coke. So I've got 2 different original, and I've actually drunk it and had to buy it again because I wasn't sure when we we're going to do it. So hello, cola tasting neighbor. Yes. So Chris, this is the guy right here. You're excited to do it. Do you drink cola normally though?
No.
No.
But for you, it's no problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. Real estate agent talked you out of buying. Damn. What do you think? What do you think of that? So my wife had a conversation with him twice, actually once, and then he called her back and essentially talked her out of it. What do you think? I mean, I guess we live in the same building, so he didn't talk. This is what I was thinking. He didn't talk her out of the location, the view, the town.
He talked about the whole situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess more the economy of buying it.
So
I mean, you would never get a real estate agent anywhere in the world telling you not to buy
maybe
something.
he's not professional real estate. Yeah.
But he's he's her agent for a whole time she's lived in Moscow. So buying, selling, renting, moving in, moving out. So, I mean, I guess it's very nice that someone had the interests in mind.
Yeah.
Tell us more about unemployment. We don't see hardly anybody shopping at the malls nowadays in big Russian cities. Not buying real estate now. Economic recessions are coming to all countries. So what do you think of the current unemployment situation? What have you heard?
Unemployment.
Like, I guess from your company? Oh, you're putting what the translation is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you think of this?
So now it's a very big problem for Russia, you know, because a lot of companies leave our market, leave our country, and what we need to do, I don't know. But for my company, it's not a problem. Yeah.
Because there's still enough business to keep operating what you're doing, but not growth. There's no growth.
Yes.
And some people have the companies laid people off and said
No.
Nobody. Wow. Well, that's good. And yours considered a service industry or a manufacturing? What's it considered?
No, we just have a
supply and
very
install.
good boss.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do Moscow people get saunas for their health and relaxation? There are so many people and not enough saunas in Moscow. There's not enough saunas.
Yeah.
There's not enough saunas in Moscow. How does everyone get their relaxation? I guess most people don't go to public ones. I think that's the main thing here. They're in Moscow center, and I don't know if
there are.
Is there one in Aprelivka even?
Yeah.
Oh.
One more. The public sauna.
But most people go to their dachas,
Yeah.
go to country houses, go to friends' houses. who
I
have
don't like public saunas.
no
No.
all men.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, most of the public ones are separated, men's and women's,
Yeah.
right? So it's not like all the men and women are, let's say, naked in the same place, which would be enticing for men and women to be like this. But the public saunas or sauna,
Sauna.
they have a men's side and a women's side, and they don't see each other.
Never.
Essentially, you only when you go at the entrance and when you come out the exit. So that thing in the movies where there's like all the naked ladies sitting in there is not really happening if you're a man, or likewise a woman hoping for a whole room of men. I don't think they want to see a whole lot of Russian men naked in the sauna. So, what's your opinion on the EU and other countries banning Russians from entering Russia? I guess you know about this, right? So there's talk about Europe stopping the issuing of Schengen visas. Do you know what a Schengen visa?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think of this? What's your
It's a very
opinion?
bad situation because people who goes to Europe mostly against this political situation inside Russia, and this is very stupid.
Of them to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, if I just look at it from a tourism point of view, I mean, that's a lot of tens of millions of dollars lost instantly by cutting off just the Russian tourists.
Yeah.
Not just business people, not just people who need to travel for business or work or for the economy of the companies, but just all these countries, like let's say all the Russians suddenly can't go to Finland now, or they want to close the border with Finland.
Yeah.
I mean, all those border towns are instantly bankrupt, if you like, and the nearby cities that people visit, especially where it's been a forever thing. And then for them just to close the door, I mean, that's not good at all.
good.
So... I like Mark says he likes the open format live stream Q&A rather than topics.
Q&A.
Yeah, like question and answer.
Yeah.
Sorry, Q&A.
It's a little bit different for me, but it's very good.
90% of the Russian population do not travel to the West. This is Vladimir saying this. Personally, I don't care. 90% of Russians don't travel. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
That they...
As a fact.
It is a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So only 10% of the population of...
Yeah.
Probably... What do you think is the population of Russians who have a passport? Do you know that? Okay.
Yeah.
What is it? 10%, 20%, 50%?
Foreign passport?
Yeah. Right, foreign passport.
So this Vladimir means, I think, that 90% of the population of Russia.
All population, not the modern, new, younger generation Russian.
Yeah.
Right. Live, definitely live. Do it live. Everyone wants to do it live. French bulldogs aren't great. Are great small pets. Hi. If I can ask, as a result of the SMO, how has travel within Russia changed for its citizens? How's travel for you changed since the last 6 months? Like domestically traveling, I guess. Is it easier, harder, simpler?
Harder.
Because you can't go to a lot of...
So, harder and more expensive.
The cost of tickets.
Yeah, the cost of tickets, the cost of hotels, the cost of sightseeing,
Tours and things like that, yeah. But, so essentially there is only the few cities, I think it's about 6 or 8, in the southwest of Russia that have closed their airspace, haven't they? And closed the airports. Yeah. So they would obviously be suffering. But the government said that they're going to support them, but I don't think it's possible to...
They're traveling only by car, by train.
Mm-hmm. So you don't do any train or car traveling for work because everything's so distant, right? I mean, it would be impossible to drive to
Drive to Kamchatka.
yeah. So do you think it's so basically as an overall thing, it's gone up in price, but you can still get on a plane and fly to almost every city?
So,
Is there less planes or more planes?
for the planes, I don't know, but the cost of planes, of traveling, of cost of tickets, more than 20%.
20%?
Yeah,
Gone up?
higher. Yeah, now
Sure.
than in January.
Can you give us the prices for each one you taste as well? Oh, can we? Yeah. So when we do the next video, we will certainly give you the prices. Actually, they're all very cheap, really. So
Yeah.
it won't be a very big gap in the
Less
prices.
than $1. I
Yeah.
think, each one.
Actually, everything that I bought there
Yeah.
is under 60 rubles. I think even the Ashan one is like 20 rubles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think only the
Only original color.
Only the original Coca-Cola is the highest price. The glass bottle one is 90 or 100 rubles. I bought it on special. I bought it when I was on the trip with you to Belarus. I bought it at the
in this small town near the Smolensk.
I bought it at the
Dorogobush.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's the original Coca-Cola from Dorogobush.
I purely bought that because it was like half the price as it is in Moscow. So
and you know why?
Why? Is it cheap?
Yeah.
Because it's regional?
In that place, yeah. Because it's too expensive.
Oh, and people don't buy it.
People,
so they don't buy it anyway. So they, right. Coke is all about the temperature of the product. Do you agree with that? Like drinking cold drinks? That's the one thing in Russia. A lot of shops have drinks at room temperature. Versus in Australia, in America, everything you're going to get is out of the refrigerator. When you go to a shop or a 7-Eleven style place like Ussr, everything's in a fridge, chilled. Whereas in Russia, it's normal to just get it off the shelf and drink
have
it.
only one refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the shop.
In a lot of shops, right? Yeah. Some air flights are prohibited. Several villages near the borders were evacuated. Otherwise, nothing has changed. There we go. Somebody's filling us in there. Yeah, I guess Vladimir Gleb, have you ever visited
Borisoglepsk
on the border with northern Norway? Kirkenes is the name of the border town on the Norwegian side, the border west of Murmansk. Do you know this place?
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Oh, and?
I've been there.
So you know completely.
So maybe in Borisoglepsk. I've been, I think, 4 months ago.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So you must have every fridge magnet. Your fridge must be covered in fridge magnets. You don't collect a fridge magnet from every place that you go to? Coke or Pepsi? I've always preferred Pepsi. What do you think of Coke versus Pepsi? I guess if you're not a cola...
I don't see the difference between these.
The two drinks?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Pepsi is very sweet and sugary. And, you know, it's kind of crazy right at the moment. You know, I mean, in terms of trending topics and sanctions, if you like, there's so much talk about Coke leaving the market and leaving Russia, but there's so little talk about Pepsi leaving.
Yeah.
Like, there's like, okay, then no worries. And, you know, Coca-Cola has a lot of products under its umbrella of Coca-Cola bottling and so on, but Pepsi's still in the shops.
Yeah, but we still have original Pepsi.
Yeah, in the glass bottles.
Glass bottles.
Yeah, right, yeah. Gleb, have you ever... Oh, okay, we did this one. Pepsi Max. That Russian sauna image reminds me of a gangster movie.
Yeah.
With the men with their towels wrapped around them doing business deals. Putin gets his relaxation in aqua disco.
That's a good joke. Yeah.
You know this one?
Yeah.
I don't think they're banning. Thought I heard the visas will be dearer. Yeah, so that was one of the talks about this, that a lot of the countries are hesitant to ban Russians, not necessarily banning Russians, but the issuing of Schengen visas. So a lot of countries want to just basically triple the price of the visa.
Yeah.
So where it was $30, it'll be $100. Or where
$80 now.
So now it'll go to $200. I mean, that won't stop a person traveling. but they think it will. It'll slow down the amount of people applying for the visa. What do you think? I don't
It's
think
pretty stupid for me.
just to double the price.
Yeah.
And then
Just spend more money and all.
right. Most countries, I think, deep down, it comes down to the economy of the person traveling, especially for tourism. I think that's pretty much the key. I mean, how many politicians and businessmen traveling is a small percentage versus the amount of tourists, Russian tourists. Russians want to travel, right? So, thank you for that. I guess you guys know what we're talking about. I think the thought about banning visas is to keep popularly to force change instead of moving away from the issue. If the Russian students going to schools, I wonder if the Russian students going to schools in the EU countries will have to give up their education and go back to Russia if new laws prevent Russians from getting visas. Do you think all of these Russians in England and London and people that are doing university in Europe will have to come back to Russia now because they can't get visas? I think that most countries where if they do decide to not issue visas, they're still going to allow like special visas, humanitarian visas. I think there's going to be a lot of exceptions to the rule. And the fact that you can get around it.
They have to take their visas in his consul.
Yeah, consulate.
You know?
Yeah. But I don't think they're going to. I don't think it's going to even stop the students to a point. I mean, they'll find an avenue to get around it, if that makes sense. There'll be some sort of a special circumstance that they, have to continue studying to finish their degree or something like that. So, why is it harder outside of costs? Why is it harder outside of costs? Do Russians still have 2 passports?
Yeah.
Yes. One
internal and one international.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, my wife definitely. She just renewed her. Actually, they've now announced that they're stopping issuing the 10-year passports now, and they're only doing the 5-year ones. So my wife just happened to get hers renewed and picked it up a couple of weeks ago. So that was good timing, actually. I'm laughing and it's not really funny, but
it's not really funny.
I think that the thought of behind banning visas is to keep the population in Russia to force change. That's what the thought is. That if Europe bans Russians to come into Europe, that it's going to force change in the population here, and people will stand up against the government to allow them to have a visa. You know what I mean? Like the Russian government to force change. I don't think that would happen, but
it's not possible, I think.
Have the 100% inflation in Turkey made it a country that is less popular to visit than Russian? So I guess that's talking about the prices and the inflation in Turkey's gone up so much.
Yeah.
Do you think that
twice maybe?
Do you think it's holding back Russians from traveling there like they did so much? Absolutely, I think.
Sweet.
And the cost of the all-inclusive trips now is 100,000 a person, 150,000.
And
we're talking about
very
rubles.
cheap. Yeah, maybe one and a half thousand rubles per person.
Constantine said last night the cost of tickets has trebled to get anywhere. Would you agree with that? Constantine is inside Russia. We know each. Well, I know him, of course, but he said that the price of airline tickets has gone up triple price.
Yeah.
Do you think that tickets have gone up that much? Or is that an exaggeration? So instead of double is a third higher. So instead of 5,000 rubles, so double is 10,000, triple is 15,000.
Yeah, I understand. But
do you think that's exaggeration or
no?
No.
I mean, I will fly to Kamchatka for 10,000 rubles. You know,
Yeah.
a flight for 8.5 hours costs
200.
10,000 rubles only.
Right.
It's
$180.
$180 only.
I mean, actually, I was looking at the price for tickets to go to Ufa. And of course, now tomorrow starts the new school year or school season. So now the prices go down, obviously, outside of school.
After the school season,
School season. So, I mean, we can still fly to Ufa for not, well, I wouldn't even say it's not doubled in price. I mean, in seasonal times, it goes up a lot.
Yeah.
But outside of the season, the prices normalize a lot more. Normalize. The heat wave in Moscow region is finally over. Such a relief, says Maxim. Coke and Pepsi are made to be drank on ice to cool them down and slowly dilutes their concentrated flavors. There you go, we've got to drink them on ice. Works both ways. Pepsi and Fanta appeared in the USSR before the Olympics. Coca-Cola after 91. So Pepsi was before Fanta, before Coke.
I really didn't know.
Moreover, it was possible to buy a bottle of Pepsi or Fanta only after you bring an empty bottle in return. Did you know about that? You had to return the empty bottles? I didn't.
No, not now.
Nelly only has one passport. We're almost...
Internal passport.
Yeah, probably the internal one, right. I guess a lot of people don't choose to have the foreign passport. What do you call it? International. What do you call it? International passport. So I guess
foreign passport, it's no difference.
I doubt Russians are willing to travel to the EU right now. Why would you travel to the place you are hated? I don't think there's hatred. I doubt Russians will travel to Europe right now. Why would Russians travel to countries that they hate you, don't like you?
So I don't believe that they hate us, you know?
Right.
They hate possibly our government and our politics.
Right.
But not
the
our
people.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing with this visa situation, that they don't want to punish the people, you know, the greater population of Russia versus the few people in power.
Yeah.
Or even to an extent the oligarchs and these sort of people.
It doesn't work for Russia, you know.
They just get on a private jet and they go on a private yacht and so Russell, the why is it harder? What's that? Sorry. Is it harder outside of costs? Was in addition to my initial question about traveling within Russia for its citizens. Russell, why? It's always the ordinary people that suffer from these at the top. That's true. Everybody suffers because of the people at the top of the, like, politicians.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Russia people prefer to be ruled by authoritarian government. Historically, you know what historically means? Russians preferred to be ruled by the authoritarian government.
Dark brother.
You understand that?
No.
That people, authoritarian government, like people, it's very hard to explain that. People want to be ruled by the government that tells you what to do. Like, this is what you're going to do, this is how you're going to do it, this is this. Like, authoritarian. I guess in the past.
I understand. Yeah.
But I think now with the younger generation and the younger Russians, they're more...
Generation
more,
Z.
Yeah, right, yeah, Gen Y, Gen Z, yeah.
They are very cool guys.
Everybody in the chat?
Gen Z, no.
Oh, Gen Z. Gen Z people. I thought everyone in the chat's very cool.
Yeah.
Once Pepsi had the sixth largest navy because the USSR traded submarines and warships for Pepsi syrup. I don't think. Is that true? The Russians didn't trade Pepsi syrup for submarines. How does Constantino and the guys from 1420 put out content that's critical of the situation in Russia without being arrested? Both are making so much money from YouTube for their coverage. So do you know 1420, the channel?
No.
So it's a young couple of young students in Moscow who go around with a camera on a tripod, or just go up to people and ask general questions, and then they ask 100 people the same question, and they edit it to one video.
Some social questions, yeah.
Do you like Coke or Pepsi? Social questions, right? Yeah. But how is it that they don't get in trouble for being I think they're just on the edge of the laws of Russian free speech. Do you understand? Free speech?
Yeah.
How is it that they can get away with that? You don't understand what it means?
No.
Without being arrested.
They've been arrested?
No.
No?
No. But how can they say what they're saying and be critical of the government without being arrested?
I don't know.
I guess
how it's possible.
I guess to a point,
now
if I talk about it from watching both channels, I'd say that they're they're on the boundaries of what they can say and how they can say it. A lot of what can be said in public here, if you want to be outspoken and on video, on television, on the radio, on the concert, on the stage, you can only say the truths of what's been officially said, right? So you can't say that this has happened, this has happened, this has happened if it's not officially publicized as news, right? You can't say things have happened if they've not been said they've happened. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
And I think that goes for both Constantine and 1420. I mean, I know Constantine. I don't watch literally every one of his videos because he does every night 1 hour live stream like this, but he does topics. So every night he has one topic that he talks about, but he gets a lot of views, and 1420 get a ton of views, like really do get a lot of views. Yeah, I think they're just on the boundary of not criticizing or saying things that are very bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being outspoken. We want them to have a better life. We don't dislike Russian people. We want them to have a better life. Hi, Russell and Russell's neighbor, Kirsty. Hello, everybody. Yes. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We've got 61 people live, which is actually kind of a nice, that's the graph of people. It's pretty stable. So, yeah, we really like, do you like this format?
Yeah.
Do you do?
Yeah.
Like talking,
I really like it.
Do you like talking English, or do you
Yes.
like answering other people's questions?
The boss. Yeah.
I guess because it's not me asking you something, it's somebody else asking, right? So it's, it's like and it's the whole thing, like with the YouTube and the reach of YouTube, right? So you guys around the world it's, okay, everyone has an opinion, everyone has a question, everyone wants an answer. And I think it's sort of good that, I didn't really have to ask you anything, really. I guess I'm just redirecting the questions to you. So in some of the European countries, they've removed some monuments for World War II. What do you think about that as an opinion, I guess? I think that's not a good idea, but that's just me. But I guess...
really, it's not a good idea, yeah. I agree with you, but they have bad politics too, I think.
Right, if you look at
this...
history of the history of the history.
Yeah.
I mean, in Australia, actually probably in America and things like that, and a lot of countries now, there's this kind of movements, like where, you know what I mean? Even in Australia, they want to change some of the names of the streets and some of the towns and some of the because of the person it's named after didn't do the right things. You know what I mean? In terms of by the people. And they think they should take down the statue of that person because in the history of Australia, now the new generation have sort of said, well, really, it wasn't good. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Like this I mean, if you look at it from a Russian point of view, I mean, would they remove every statue, every bust head in the, where is the mausoleum? Would they remove every, or is it, I think here they wouldn't do that kind of thing to a point. I guess like this whole Lenin and Stalin and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very big politics. Yeah.
But I don't
It's
think,
main politics.
I mean, I think it's crazy to think that, that they tear down statues in other countries, purely because of this. But that's just me. I don't know for you, but is it hard to become a Russian citizen? I guess that's my question, I guess. It's easier if you're married. It's much, much easier if you have children. So if we had a kid of some kind, if we had a child,
Some kind of
the process for applying for citizenship or residency here is much easier. I don't know why they look more favorable on families. I guess the fact that they want the parents and the family to stay together and the family units are more viewed upon positively. Essentially, as long as you're willing to go through the steps of applying, it is easy if you're willing to go through the paperwork process. But typically, paperwork in Russia's not a simple process.
Yeah.
It's not automated like everywhere else in the world, where it's online this, online that. Everything is documents and papers and stamps and seals.
You need a lot of documents.
I guess even for your job, I'm sure as well,
Yeah.
the approvals and
Approvals for approvals.
Yeah, I think it's easy. I mean, but I'm a person that does.
It's quite easy, I think.
Yes. I mean, the steps that I've followed. I mean, we used an agency to do it. We went through a migration agent, but you could do it on your own if you're willing just to follow the steps. It probably would get more frustrating if you did it on your own, though, because you'd just be pulling your hair out. You've got to go here. You've got to go there. This one's not filled out right. That's not stamped right. Whereas through an agency, they did all that part for us. And they even found an error in one document. We had to go change it, but it was quite simple. Hope you both are both all okay, Kura says. Yeah, you're good. You're a little tired from work. I guess you worked today. I didn't.
Yeah. A little tired.
And it's only Tuesday. It's not even tomorrow. Wednesday is hump. They call it hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah, it's like the middle of the week.
Yeah.
So today's only Tuesday and you're tired. But did you work? You didn't work on the weekend though, or
No.
you went to family and.
Yeah, with my parents. Yeah, tomorrow, the day, the 1st of September.
Yeah. Tomorrow. Yeah. School day.
School day. Yeah.
It's not the World War II memorials, it's the communist memorials of Lenin and Stalin statues that they're pulling down. I once saw Constantine made over $1,000 from super chats in 2 hours live stream. He's making more money now from YouTube than his job before sanctions.
Who is Constantine?
Inside Russia. He's one friend that I know that I met through YouTube. He lives in
Moskovsky?
Yeah, Moscow.
Moscow?
Moscow. He lives in Moscow. But everywhere's called Moscow. This is the one thing I find about Moscow, right? Everywhere's Moscow, but it's not really. It's like Moscow region. Okay, Moscow Oblast is Moscow region. But, most people don't necessarily say where they actually live because the next average person doesn't know every place in Moscow, right? I mean, because it's just so huge.
A lot of cities, a lot of
districts and micro districts, districts and micro districts inside Moscow that if someone just told me the name of where they live, I mean, I think even for you, you wouldn't even know that name. I mean, most people will tend to tell you the nearest metro station as a district where they live, like it's on that colored line, like we live on the red line metro. So, Dark Brother, 1,000. I wish I would even earn any super chats. It's, I wonder if anyone wants to send one to see if it's working. That would be, it would be nice. Do you know a big family of Australians who live in Nova? Do you guys think? Have I gone? Is there a lot more chat and I'm going too slow? I don't think Russians want
Yeah.
that. Oh wow, yeah. They didn't discriminate against Russians on the basis of nationality. I was denied a UK visa earlier this year, and they even went as low as to fudge my statements I'd provided in the application. Wow, that's crazy. They denied British visa. I think the most difficult thing to pass is the Russian language exam. Yes, very true. It's the most difficult thing to pass.
Because
Because
Russian language is very difficult
yeah,
for you too. Yeah.
I wish I could get the test for you.
You live here for 8 years and you really don't.
I still don't know any more than I
Yeah.
knew the first year. Yes, I know a few more words, but I can't get a conversation strung together. So, look it up. Pepsi submarines. I'll have to look up this thing about
Yeah,
Pepsi.
me too.
You don't know this?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
you're curious as well. Check Tim Kirby Russia. I guess maybe that's it or not. Right, Tim was explaining that very difficult to get citizenship unless you are married to a Russian. Yes, it's not very difficult to get citizenship. You can still get it through the right avenues of getting it. But if you're married and you've got, obviously, marriage certificate, it's easier, like my wife and I. If we had a child, it would have been actually even, not necessarily easier, it would have been quicker. They tend to fast track the process if you have a child.
However, it's a very long way.
It's
It's not difficult, but very
long process, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quicker here than it was in Australia for my wife to get the Australian visa, though. The Australian one is 2 years. Here was 5 months for the residency visa now.
Yeah.
Sometimes Constantino lies about Russia to get more money from you. I completely admire him as a person. I believe everything that he says. In terms of when I meet him outside of what he does on his channel, I find that he's a great person. I mean, I guess, any YouTuber can stretch the truth, I guess. Is that the right word?
Your guess.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if us two sitting here, we prepared a different speech, and as long as we both agreed on the same speech,
Yeah.
that's the truth, right? I think that is sad and limits on the speech the Russian people find themselves under, but honestly, most countries are too politically correct these days. Will free speech ever mean free speech again? Do you understand about politically correct? So, yeah, do you think... So a lot of people in other countries can be very outspoken, too much outspoken, and everyone has an opinion of it.
It's very good.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it can never. Sometimes it can divide everybody too much.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
But
I mean, the opinion is
if
one
you
thing.
want to say it,
If you want to say something, you can say something.
Yeah, you can say something.
And if you don't like it,
yeah,
lump it.
it's only your opinion.
Right.
It's not the law,
Do you think Gorbachev's funeral will be a big thing? He is a hero in the West, but what do Russians think of him 34 years later?
Think of him.
What do you think? Do you think it'll be a big thing?
No.
No? You think it'll just be a funeral? I think it'll be covered more on television in the West than it will be covered on TV in Russia, I think. I think so, personally.
He's more popular in Western, than in Russia.
Mm-hmm. What do we know about him more? The scar on his forehead.
Yeah.
This like blood vessel. The Western world has gone woke. Russell, do you know a big family? Oh, yeah, so Vladimir, I don't know them personally. I've watched their videos. So there's an Australian family in Novosibirsk who have the whole family has a YouTube channel. So one's called Russia Guy channel.
Big family?
Yeah, it's like parents and then two brothers with 2 wives.
What do they do in Novosibirsk?
I don't think they never really mention what they do. I think they came originally as students and as
Oh,
to come to live in Russia, and now they've got they haven't got citizenship. They've got residency in Russia, and they all have YouTube channels about life in Russia, and they want to buy some land and get a farm in Altai region.
yeah, very interesting.
Altai.
Altai, yeah.
Yeah, I really like their channels, by the way. I have tried to make contact with them and no replies. I sent messages on Instagram, multiple messages to one of the guys, because they're from Perth, the same city as me also, by the way. And they still don't reply. So I don't know. I don't think they're that busy. They can't send me a reply. So yeah, Vladimir, I do know them, but it's a strange situation, I guess. I feel that's the way it should be, especially in the United States, and have to do. If we erase the statues, it doesn't remove the history. It's a mere band-aid for certain people's feelings. You know what I mean? You know what that means? So removing the statue doesn't change the course of history. It's just it's like painting over the picture.
Yeah.
And people still know the history, but you understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like removing the memorial here by the church. We have a church right down the road here, and if they remove that memorial, because the government wants us to forget about the history of the Great Patriotic War, is it right to do that?
No?
No, I agree as well, totally, by the way. I think, this is the thing. I mean, in Australia fought in different wars over the years as well. First World War, Second World War, Vietnam, in all sorts of places. And I don't think we should forget the past, you know what I mean? But that's just me. I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you. Totally.
We learn from our own history. Our children must learn. How can we deny anything that's gone before us? That's true.
Yeah.
Right. The kids should. I think in schools, do they teach history? How is in schools are they teaching history? Is it Russian history? Is it global history like this, or
Russian, global? But now they're changing the Russian history.
Right. And then also in other countries, isn't there one of the countries where they're not going to teach some Russian history or something or other? I think they're like stopping teaching Russian history as part of the history. I think that's just, it's too political. That's politically, that's
political, yeah.
Politically correct.
Yeah.
It's too politically correct that they're doing this. Oh, look, it worked. There we go. Oh, sorry, I'll just... As a Russian, I'm highly surprised that there are still Soviet statues in foreign countries. It's no big deal that they get rid of them. I'd do that I'd have done that long ago.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah. I'm really surprised for this fact.
Nelly wants to know, where are you from? Like
Where am I from?
Not just Russia. Where were you born? Where were you?
Whoa.
Which town, city?
I was born in a small town, very close to Vologda.
Where?
Very close to Vologda, you know? Vologda region, yeah.
No.
No.
Is it in Moscow? What's the next major cities?
So Moscow, Yaroslavl region.
Yeah, okay.
And then Vologda region and Arkhangelsk region. Mm-hmm. Vologda region is...
Okay, so yeah. Moscow region, Golden Ring, this way?
Far away from Golden Ring.
Okay, really?
Maybe 500 kilometers from Golden Ring.
So what's the name of the town? Is there a town or not? Is it...
It's small town.
So what's the name again?
Oh...
You've forgotten?
So, yeah.
Or are you trying to translate it to...
it's a very difficult name. Chopsara, no?
No, Chopsara. Yeah. Okay. So I guess, I think Nelly wants to know it from a Russian answer, I guess.
Then I went to Amursk region, lived there for 10 years, and went to Belgorod region, lived there 10 years too.
How many more 10 years have we got left?
Went to Cheripovets, Vologda region too.
Volga region?
Yeah.
Is that because your family traveled or
No.
That's you?
Yeah. But I traveled to Cheripovets, Vologda, because of now in that town, graduated from military university.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
in Cheripovets.
Military unit. So how many years did you serve?
5.5 years.
In the military?
Yeah.
So what was your rank? Do you have a rank?
Yeah.
What was the rank?
Lieutenant.
Huh?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Lieutenant.
Да.
Oh, there you go.
I went here. And then I went here.
How much are the gimbals now in Moscow? I see so many Russian vloggers putting out videos that are so shaky. They all need to use good gimbals for their cameras and cell phones. This 3-axis gimbal. You know what this is? I've never really looked at the prices here. I guess they'd be probably about double what they are in Australia. Like
it costs maybe $300.
Yeah, so it's
from AliExpress.
18,000 rubles, 20,000 rubles. Yeah, so they're probably close to double, Dark Brother, if I compare Australia-America prices with Russian prices. I mean, look, for a YouTuber, Constantine has a gimbal. I know he uses a phone gimbal that he attaches his phone onto. And then now I've actually got the same microphones that he uses, actually on his recommendation. They've gone up double in price. Well, not double. They've not gone up that much. They were still expensive here because they were imported. It's just, I guess that YouTuber chooses not to spend the money on it. I guess they don't see the return of investment of spending. Like buying these microphones is not an investment, but the convenience,
quality of picture,
right?
Sounds,
yeah, if you look right, but I don't understand either, Dark Brother, why people just filming with their phone, shaking around the place. I do my best to hold my camera very steady when I'm filming, and because I know it's the critical part about YouTube is the sound, then the picture, then the story, and then the thumbnail and title. So, but those neighboring countries do develop hatred towards Russians within their nations, which is a sign of totalitarianism and Nazism. Wow, I guess you understand all that part?
No.
Like the countries that border Russia. There's like a dislike of Russia. The border countries of Russia. I guess not the CIS countries, but let's say Poland. I don't know about Finland. I think they're not so.
Yeah.
I guess they dislike Russia more now than what they did. But it's much more fun and comfortable to live in Moscow than in Australia. It's much more fun and comfortable to live. Honestly, I think barring the fact that I'm not working here and I live off the income of YouTube, the one thing, no one's really, people ask me this a lot, what do I miss about Australia? I miss going to work, and I miss having a schedule of going to work. Like tomorrow is a work day, I'm going to wake up at this time, I've got to go to work, do whatever my job is and come home. And then we plan what we're doing on Saturdays and Sundays because that's my days off. If I look at the conveniences of living here, shopping's a lot easier because it's closer. Public transport's a lot better. You've got seasonal weather here, so that's hard to compare with Australian summer, Australian winter. It's not Russia, So there's it's very hard to make that which is better thing.
Is it comfortable? No, more comfortable.
I'm comfortable living here because I've lived here so long. So I'm comfortable in the town I live in the apartment, with the shops that I go to. What interaction I have with people, that's comfortable for me, if that's the word, comfortable. So yeah, Dark Brother, thanks for the $2 super chat. There you go. So it's definitely... I was kind of worried it wasn't working because, thank you, Dark Brother. I appreciate the $2 US. So you'll see here, and it converts.
Australian dollars.
Yeah, it converts from US to Australian on my screen here. So, yeah, Constantine's main home is in Rostov-on-Don. Actually, I know he came back. I didn't send him a message. I did send him a message this morning to ask him if he was driving from Rostov-on-Don back to Moscow. He's been there for the summer now, for the last couple of months in Rostov. And he drove back to Moscow yesterday or the day before, I guess, overnight. It's like,
I don't know.
it's a long drive, isn't it?
Yeah. 1,000 kilometers from Moscow to Rostov.
Wow, 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Russia traded subs for Pepsi. You want to know about that now, don't you? What time are we at, by the way? Oh, 10 minutes. 9 more minutes, by the way.
Yeah.
We have 9 more minutes of the live stream. So if you want to get in any more questions, any more likes, we've got 52 people watching. It's still holding. Listen to you too. I can't help some masked guys are going to kick your doors in and drag you off. Should I feel like this? Listen to you two talking. I can't help but worry that some masked guys are going to burst in through the apartment door and drag us to the jail. What do you think?
It's a good joke.
Do you feel uncomfortable talking about any question?
Yeah, some uncomfortable to talking about this
Situation.
this political situation. Yeah.
But everything else is fine.
Yeah. It's not. It's
You
a
prefer
problem.
more personal questions than...
Yes.
Yeah, some more personal questions, please. Anything more personal. Like, what's his favorite color? I don't know. Like this. What's his favorite? Are Russians welcome anywhere? I think they still are. I mean, I'm worried for Australia and Russia because Australia keeps showing support for Ukraine. And I'm worried that Russia is watching that, and I think there's no political. I think there's a political. They're politically friends, if you like, Australia and Russia, and there's no.
Really?
Yes. Well, there's nothing.
Australia and Russia.
Well, because Australia's allies with America, Canada, England, all this, but I think there's no. I think it's just like. Everything's fine, and that's it. You know what I mean? But I'm worried that something could change, and things like the visa situation could change, and the ability to travel could change because Russia could kind of, turn them into a unfriendly country, and I'm worried about that. I am worried, but I shouldn't be. I'm not worried to the point people worry. I just have it in the back of my head, yes, the Australian farmers that have moved here. Yes, Susie, yes. So either of you believe that outside news outlets will be allowed into Russia to cover the funeral? My guess is no, that's it. And itself is sad. Yeah, so they're asking, thank you, Sam. So Sam's asking there about foreign news agencies being able to cover Gorbachev's funeral. And because a lot of them left, right? Because there was no news to cover in Moscow. So right in February and everything happened, they were all here in Moscow. They were all, wanting to get stories, but there's very little to cover in terms of the stories here. One guy came to a Prelivka from ABC America,
Really?
and filmed here in a Prelivka.
When?
Oh, back in March or sometime. Yeah, he was here. Like he did a shot by the church. Where I was there at the grand opening of the Kuznetsy Tochka, the McDonald's in Pushkin Square, and there was news crews from Italy, France, China, Japan, Germany.
Some bloggers?
Bloggers, everybody. They were all Russian bloggers mostly, though. But there was definitely news agencies and outlets. Reuters? Do you know Reuters?
Yeah.
That's the famous. They were there. So TASS is the Russian one, isn't it? So they were there. So if I consider all the ones that I saw at the McDonald's reopening, they'll all be there. Whether more will come because of it, I don't know. I mean, I think they maybe just use like the polled news, like the Getty images. You know Getty?
No.
It's photography. So there's people that take photographs and upload to one server, and everybody can share that photograph.
Yeah.
So like when the McDonald's one changed, the same images were used on everybody's worldwide press release.
Yeah,
It's the same photo.
They're taking some money, yeah.
Yes, right, because they sell the images. So one guy just goes and films, like when I was at Stars Coffee, there was one guy just filming outside, the people in line. That's all he was doing, just filming girls and people on their phones lining up for a drink. And that's just the stock footage that other news agencies can use for their news. So it's as though they're there, but they're not. Because the person that's the reporter is maybe in London doing the story about Stars Coffee reopening. Yeah. But I was shocked.
Chimki.
But I did see, yeah, it's right. But I did see news agencies from other countries because I was outside for quite a while, and I'm happy to chat to them. I chatted to the Reuters guy. He was very nice. You know, he was just a Russian guy that works for them in Moscow. And that's it. And he gets sent to all the different places to film things. So, what do they say about Russian? Well, there's a lot of things being deleted here. People deleting things. What do they say about Western countries in Russia? What do they say? What are you saying at work about Western countries right now? Are you talking about them? No.
No.
Fallen bankrupt is sad by all this EU countries destroying all the USSR's arts. So do you know Fallen Bankrupt? He's a YouTuber. He's a British YouTuber who makes content in Russia, and he loves mosaics. He loves Far East Russian small towns, and he films and talks about, not necessarily about the history about Russia, just he likes to go to all these absolute middle of nowhere places and covers. Look at this, Soviet this, Soviet that, Soviet this.
They really like Soviet.
Yeah, he's like adores it. As an American, if I chose to come to Russia, do you think I will be well perceived by most people? Do you think Americans will be well perceived if they came to Russia?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, exactly. Yeah.
I would definitely suggest not over exaggerating that you're from America, you know, because some people have that love-hate thing for some countries, especially because of the, you know, like right now, for instance, where there's a lot of support from America with Ukraine, that some people may not like America because of that. But I think generally, as a tourist and as a citizen of the world, I think no worries.
Yeah.
We'll get through these. The Chinese are making really good gimbals now. Why don't Russians just import cameras and phones and gimbals? Pretty much all the normal models of cameras you can still buy here in camera stores. You can still go to the Sony shop in Moscow and buy Sony cameras. You can buy them online, AliExpress if you needed to.
But the price.
But the price is higher.
Yeah, higher, yeah.
Right.
Higher.
Russell, what kind of job did you have in Australia? Maxime, I was doing merchandising in supermarkets.
So, you made a mistake. Mikhail, not Maxime.
Oh, is it Mihail? I keep saying Maxime.
Yeah.
Oh, Mihail, sorry. Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Yeah, I was working in supermarkets, in petrol stations, in liquor stores, doing the refitting of shops when they remodel them and rebuild them and renew them and refresh them. So
like merchandiser.
Merchandiser, yeah. But I was doing like the overnights in supermarkets when they were closed, and we were rebuilding the whole supermarket. So they bring in like a big team and do it. You do it over the course of a week, the whole renewing. They've got every carpenter, plumber, electrician at the same time, just working over the top of each other doing it.
Replace everything, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very fast process. Like, I really enjoyed it. I'd do it, and I'd do it tomorrow if I went back to that job. Could you get a job if you chose to do so? Are you allowed? Yes. Oh, Rochelle, how's it going? Sorry. Yes, I could. With my visa status, I can get a job here. Would they hire me? Probably. Most companies would want me to speak Russian, but I think I could get around it by finding a job. There's a lot of jobs teaching English and looking after children who their parents want them to learn English. So I could get something like that. I just need to find that person that's
Yeah.
does that kind of thing
Real
to
life, yeah.
get that connection, you know. So Constantino owns houses both in Moscow and Rostov. Yes, absolutely. I know that already. I think that there will be no problems. We have no street crime. The problem that few people know is English, right? Yeah, no street crime. There's still crimes in Russia. I mean, if I watch Yandex News every day, there's still things happening, but
Full of crime.
yeah,
Really.
but the population outweighs the percentages of crime, though, because you remember you've got 100+ million people, so there's the crime percentage is very low based on the population, though. But there's still crimes here. I don't know. You're all smiling.
No.
I think I live in a very safe, nice area here. Don't
Yeah.
tell me otherwise, yeah?
But have never been in Chita.
Other regions?
Chita, you know Chita town city? No.
No. In Moscow?
No.
Oh.
Chita region.
Oh.
Very far from Moscow, and this city is full of crime.
Russell, does your comfort in living in Russia primarily stem from the fact that, by comparison, Australia is much more expensive? I'd say not. I think, of course, Australia is more expensive to live there, but the wage I was earning was higher as well, and I was working overnight, so I was on a much higher per hour wage. Definitely, my wife and I both had to work to live. We already kind of knew what our limitations were, how much we had to earn per week to pay our rent, pay electricity, water, gas, phones. I think my comfortableness comes about from just living somewhere. I worked on cruise ships for a lot of years. I traveled to a lot of countries on the cruise ships, and you get a feeling for somewhere where you're happy. You know what I mean? You wake up every day and you're happy, and that's just in your head. You know what I mean? We still worry here that we have to earn money to live and to pay rent and pay bills. Still, we still have that
problem.
here. We don't not have that. That doesn't disappear. I mean, the fact that it's cheaper for rent, it's cheaper for electricity and gas. You know, but the salary that my wife earns is less. What I'm earning here is less than what it would be in Australia. But we can still live happily. I mean, that's the thing, right? There's that happiness.
The level of happiness.
Level of happiness, right? Well, I think we're going to end very soon. I think we're just a couple of minutes. I live in Russia and I'm Canadian. Oh, 3 Drandrews. What does your neighbor do for a living now? Nelly, do you want to explain? What did you say? You were a technician in the... working with metal detectors. That's what So metal detectors in buildings and...
Engineer, but technician as well.
So he carries a screwdriver around a lot everywhere. So they fly you around with a screwdriver to tighten
with 2 screwdrivers.
Two screwdrivers. So you mean, Sam says, you mean you have to leave my MAGA hat at home, Russell? Do you know what MAGA is? Make America Great Again. Do you know this slogan from Donald Trump?
No.
He had a red hat that he would always wear, saying "Make America Great Again," which is bring the economy back. So he's saying he shouldn't bring that to Russia. Actually, honestly, you'll probably find people here who would want that hat. I have a South African friend I worked with on the ships, and he was so desperate to get one of those hats because people would wear them. The American guests would wear them on the cruises, and he and his brother, he was desperate to get that MAGA hat because you could not get one in South Africa, right? So, down here we go. Do either of you have friends or family fighting in Ukraine? I guess you've got some family in Ukraine, have you?
Yeah.
But
have some relatives in Ukraine.
I don't know. I have friends from cruise ships who are from Ukraine. One is in Odessa. I know for sure. Oksana Chernobyl, first and last name. Yeah, I've got a couple of friends from cruise ships that are in Ukraine. One of them, I won't mention, hasn't talked to me since this event. They sent me a couple of very mean messages.
He mean
Fighting.
yeah, fighting in Ukraine.
Yeah, the people I know are not. I don't know, yes or no for you?
So maybe some friends fighting in Ukraine, yeah.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, because I'm graduated from military university, and some of my friends are still officers in military.
oh, sure, yeah, right, okay, so...
Probably they're fighting in Ukraine. Probably no, I don't know.
Yeah, Susie, oh, you did the same job, yeah, merchandising and overnights and moving aisles around, yes, rolling aisles. That was my favorite job, was rolling aisles. We'd actually we'd move the entire aisle of the supermarket. We got sent to one store, there was just two of us that went, and all the shop fitters were there. And they had to move the aisle, it would have been 12 inches. The whole aisle had to drag 12 inches. So they have special pallets,
Pallets,
jacks that have long extensions on that were designed. The guy custom made them to lift up the aisle, lift up the shelves, and everybody gets a handle each the whole way down, and we all pull at the same time. And you hope it doesn't fall because if they're top heavy with glass and heavy things. I think we're. Oh yeah, we have no police in the village at all. Approximately 4,000 people, says Vladimir. We definitely have a police station here in Aprelivka. It's very safe in Murmansk region, even at night. Oh, my store manager moved to Australia to work at Coles. Yes, that's where I was working, in Coles supermarkets. And I did some Woolies work, and I was doing for 7-Eleven as well. The slogan came directly from Russia. Let's make Russia great again. Really?
No.
No?
Let's make Russia great again. No.
Will Putin be able to live his life after everything? Will he be living in a golden cage? I love that he says he has some... Is this guy a plays? I know he's not. I'm not kidding. I guess we misinterpreted that about friends in Ukraine. I love that he says he has some ladies in Ukraine. No, I guess for me, working on the cruise ships, I had a lot of work colleagues. I worked in the shops on board cruise ships, and a lot of guys and girls that I worked with are from there. Not so many Russians. Now I think about it, I didn't know many Russians working on cruise ships than I knew. There was more Ukrainians because of the economy. A lot more Ukrainians work on the ships than Russians do, because there is people that still believe that they've got a better life in Russia than what they necessarily had working on the cruise ships. Which, I don't know, I mean, how you look at that. I mean, it's really, again, it's your happiness. It comes down to happiness. I'm going to say that a lot. So, all right, everybody, we've come to the end of the live stream. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. We've got 51 people still watching live, and we've got 73 likes or thumbs ups. So if you haven't put a like or a thumbs up, no, your friend, when you asked if he knew people in Ukraine, he said, yes, I have some ladies in Ukraine.
Ladies, relatives, I said.
Relatives.
Relatives, that.
Have some relatives.
Relatives.
I need to
not
teach.
Ladies.
I'll bill you for my English lessons later, yeah? I jokingly called him a player. So player is a guy that's got lots of girls. A player.
A player?
That's what it's called. It's like a slang word for... will there be a part 2 of Russell and Gleb? Gleb.
Yeah.
Will there be a part 2? Do you want to come and do it again?
Yeah.
Maybe another week or 2 or something, or
in a week?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
We should do like a regular. Yeah, well, let's schedule for a week and a half. It depends on your work and things like that. The cruise ship is a golden cage. What Russians think about? What do Russians think about Lukashenko? Do they laugh at him?
No.
No.
He's the same crazy old man as our president.
Night boys, yeah. Cheers from Denmark. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Susie. Depends on who you ask. He's awesome. Have him on again. Oh, you're awesome. I think.
Oh,
have him on
thanks.
again. They said yes. Have you on again. There you go. You can thank everybody for. You both are great together. Thanks. Yes, honestly, guys, if we didn't have the camera on, we would be just the same chatting. I think than without the questions. We probably wouldn't ask as many political questions to each other because, we understand the situation, but we don't talk about the situation. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I guess. Are you like that at work with the guys, or? I'm pretty sure in your lunch break you don't talk about anything like that. I think. Is it like? I mean, like this, like chat at work. Is it like that, or do you?
Chat work?
Yeah, when you talk to colleagues about
the political situation.
No, not about it. Like, do you just talk about other things and avoid all of that, or is there a conversation about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Every day.
Have you on again? You are both great. Nice live. Thank you, Faith. Oh, hello, Faith. Yeah, there's a few people just messaging now that didn't message throughout the... again, we can't see who's live of all the people live, by the way. So, too many bald heads on my screen right now, though. Yeah, because you're always leaning forward a little bit. You see the bald... And if I do my bald head, then really we're bald heads. We'll have to lower the camera down slightly next time, just so it's more at eye level. Actually, that's the one thing they talk about. If I sit up a little bit more, they talk about this for YouTube, that if you have the camera at eye level, then when we look up, we'll look more straight rather than down a little bit. You feel like it's like an interview here, don't you? Too many... Russell, next time get your friend a hat too. The shine has been blinding. Now they're copying. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Gleb. Have a good evening. I'm signing off from San Francisco Bay Area. Yes, Bearballs from San Francisco. Our daughter wants to stream too. Daddy says it's unclear.
Unclear. It's my wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Has she been chatting the whole time, or is that?
She said that my daughter wants to stream too.
Wants to be on the video.
Yeah.
Next time she can come and sit for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or of course she'll wants to wave on the camera and have a great night, guys. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Let's do something next week or roughly the week after or whatever. We're on Tuesday.
I think in a week.
Yeah.
Because next week I will fly.
You're
to
traveling.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do Skype. You can do from your hotel in the nighttime, like because I can do that with the other program where you can invite guests to be on the screen at the same time. So, hello from Austin. Have a good night, guys. Thank you. What's your wife's name, by the way? There, CB.
Svetlana.
Oh, Svetlana. My mom always said, God only made a good few heads. The rest is covered with hair. Nice, Faith. Thank you. You know what I'm thinking now? I don't know how to end the live stream. Can you believe that? I don't know how to end the live stream.
Yes.
Oh, that's weird. Participants. Oh my gosh. Is there not?
Yeah.
Stream settings. No. Enable DVR. Viewer activity. Where's the edit? Live chat.
Trying to stop.
I've been in Russia for 9 years and didn't read Svetlana. I was looking at the first letter, so I know that C is S, because that's like Salaries.
Salaries
is a C, and when it's spelt there. So, come on, how do I? Oh, it's on the phone. It's not on the computer. That's why. All right, everybody. So, hello and goodbye from Nevada. Just got here. Missed your stream. Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, 3 Drandrews. I'm sorry, I didn't know Svetlana. I should have known Svetlana. Yes, Angela, sorry about that. You can scrub back and watch the video before I close it down. I'm going to actually get off the screen here. So, thanks, everybody. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the super chats. After the stream ends, if anyone would like to put a comment on the video after it ends in a few seconds' time, please, it does help the algorithm of YouTube. And yeah, thanks for being a subscriber to the channel. And our next live stream will be the Coca-Cola testing, yes?
Yeah.
All right, so get ready for the Coca-Cola testing live stream. And I'm going to get up here.
Guys.
You're going to be the last man on the screen here because I've got to press it here. I just realized that was so silly of me.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Just stay there. Good night. There we go. I think that's